Hey guys. Hey, how are you doing? I think that will be okay to wait for just one more minute to make sure that everyone is here who was interested in the live stream, but I'm really happy to see you all here. Feel free to drop any messages in the chat. Feel free to ask any questions if you have something not clear for you. I'm Sergi. You probably know me from all the YouTube videos. Hey, Jean. I'm good. Thank you very much. And how are you? Where are you from connecting to us? What is time at your place right now? Hey, Eric. Hello. That is the first time. That is really nice to meet you. Hey, Eric. First of all, I think, yeah, I was introducing myself. So I'm Sergi. I'm working with Copilot, and we used to create a lot of plugins, and now we are shifting to GPTs, as you know. And today, what I'm going to do is introduce you a little bit more to our GPTs, what we are planning, how to work with them, because that is a new thing for OpenAI. So just chat a little bit about that. I was wondering how much experience you have with actually OpenAI in general, with GPTs and our plugins in general. So feel free to also drop the messages about that. What are your favorite plugins that you're using currently? Maybe you had some problems or some needs that were not met. I would be really happy to read all of those and maybe then address it in the future with our products. And oh, France, nice, very nice. So it's 6 p.m., not very late, not very early. I'm happy that the time worked out for you. So yeah, I'm not sure what is the crowd's experience with GPT. So I'm really gonna try to go pretty slow so everyone is on the same page. As you know, GPTs, that is something. Sorry, GPT is very easy to create. It is also very versatile tool for a lot of people. So for example, if you need particular task to be done with the chat GPT, that is very easy to set it up. And today I'm going to show you basically two GPTs that also we had that features in our plugins. So if you are a little bit familiar with our products, there were plugins that were with the same features, but today we're gonna go a little bit deeper into the GPTs and how we use them. So the first one will be just a second. I will be also sharing here you go, the first screen Aaron Chat PDF. Just let me know if you can see the screen of the Aaron Chat PDF. I hope that works. Let me know in the comment section. I really hope it works because there are no comments in the moment, but yeah, I will just carry on. So as you can know, Aaron Chat PDF. Oh, okay, cool. You love Aaron plugins for sure. So that works. That is what we gonna talk right now. So I'm not, again, just making sure that everyone is on the same page. Aaron Chat PDF works very well for summarizing and working with PDF documents. So for example, whether you are a student who needs to go through different presentations in PDF, or you are, for example, a marketing professional who needs to do a lot of research and you need to go through all the pages of reports and summaries and so on and so on, that is basically the tool for you to go with. As you can see, there is a short description of the plugin, and there is also by Copilot, just making sure that is our thing, that is original. Again, I'm not sure if all the users already have the access to that. So what I'm gonna do is to drop the link to the GPT in the comment section. Feel free to use it because right now there are different ways to access the GPTs. There is no store or anything that is gathered together. However, feel free to use the first link that is going to be the first GPT out of two that we're going to talk about today. So the first one, again, pretty straightforward. What I'm going to have is to have a link to the PDF file, which is basically a report with a lot of I wanted to say data, but also data, pictures, text, and so on and so on. So what we gonna do, and doc writers for, yes, for mark docs, different PDF links, and so on and so on. That is actually a very versatile tool, because as we can know, different types of information can be in PDF. So research for students, marketers, small business owners, freelancers, content creators, that is very, very useful tool. So as I was saying before, I'm not sure if you can see the document that I'm sharing, or you can just see, oh, you can see it's a PDF with a lot of data. What we can usually do is just copy the link to the PDF and then go back to our chat and just copy and paste the link to the document that we want to work with. It does take sometimes a little bit of time. Also, again, I always keep saying, if there is something not working out from the first try, just regenerate, refresh. Here, as you can see, there is a new feature from ChatGPT. There are some gossips that might take it away, but we have to allow action every time. Thank you, Eric. You're my technical person who makes sure that everything is working. Just a second. Eric is asking, can the link be the local files link? Usually, yes. Again, there's sometimes different cases. However, I would try that. If it doesn't work, just feel free to chat to our support team. They're always double checking all the files also on our side. If that is something with the chat, or that is something technical part from our side to fix. So no worries. Just feel free to contact us if something is not working for you and it seems like it should be, and we will try to give you all the guidance and as much information how to fix it as possible. And here, for some reason, it takes a little bit longer than usual. Just making sure also that I didn't miss. Yes, you can see. Cool. For some reason, let's regenerate it one more time, because it was taking a while. So sometimes I'm just making sure that everything is working. Oops, we need to allow again, as I was saying before. That is a new feature because of the security and safety reasons. And here we go. As I was saying before, it took a little bit longer as it's supposed to be. So I just decided to refresh it and to regenerate the answer. And here we go. From the World Bank, has been successfully uploaded. You can ask specific questions and so on. So what we usually do, for example, you need specific information that, there in this particular document, there are like 30 pages of information, and you really don't want to go through all of that, because that is complicated data to grasp. So what we can do, for example, there are a lot of acronyms in this particular document, and we can say, ask what stands for based on the paper. That is like the easiest to-go thing to use it for. Again, allow. I do agree this feature is a little bit annoying to have to allow every time once we have any prompt, but unfortunately we cannot do anything with that. And here we go. We have text policy assessment framework. So for example, if you're a student who is just diving into this sphere, or you are learning something new about this particular industry, that is an easy way not to Google something, because as you know, some words and acronyms can mean a million things. So that is a very easy thing to like search for particular keywords and what they mean with this particular meaning. Also, what we can do is to ask, for example, for let's say program overview summary. Oops, program overview summary. But again, here you can be as flexible as you have to be. That is based on your needs, what you need to do with this particular document, and then you play around what kind of information you need to extract, or you just need to have this summary, or you have specific questions. Again, that can work with the more economical reports that we have here. It can work with literature, it can work with presentations, and so on and so on. As you can see here, I already have answered to our report, our question about programmer review summary. And again, it saved us a lot of time because, as I mentioned before, it has a lot of pages, a lot of information. We don't need to go back and forth. But also, if we do want to plug in into this particular thing, we can see the source. Also, what I usually like to use it for, let's see if it works in this particular document, because if the documents are really complex, sometimes it's tricky, but let's ask for top 3 learnings from the paper. It works really well with structured academic papers. However, sometimes, sorry, sometimes if there is too much information, that is tricky for the tool to pull out particular learnings, because they ask for maybe some direction, what you're looking for, or maybe a little bit more detailed prompt. But here it seems to work perfectly fine. You can see again, top 3 learnings, a little descriptor about that, page number where you can find more information if you still need it, and that goes for every point. And again, for example, you want to dig deeper for the point 3, countries, commitment, and capacity. And we can do just copy paste countries, commitment, and capacity point, elaborate. And here we go. So for this particular thing, yes, that is usually works the best with PDFs. However, that is pretty easy to convert Word document to PDF. Also, I'm going to show you the next tool that works on not only with PDFs, but there is more about web pages, articles, YouTube links, Spotify links, and so on and so on. But this particular Aaron Chat PDF, that is correct, works only with PDF files. But again, it is pretty easy to convert it to PDF, so then you can just work with that. Because usually what I do if I need to work with a PDF and I have another format, it's usually either docs or presentation format. I just convert it. All the information is saved in the same format and everything, but it's different file format. I upload it to Aaron Chat PDF and then start working, for example, to have summary from the presentation or from the doc. But yeah, that was a great question. Thank you very much. And here you can see, again, we firstly ask for 3 top learnings. We, in particular, wanted to get to know a little bit more about the point number 3. We can just prompt this point and elaborate. And from that part, we have more detailed information with more peculiarities on this particular topic. With many images. How does it do with PDFs with many images? Does it, or will it use the GPT API? So again, for the images, it works great with the tables. To be honest, it can retrieve information from tables. It can also organize the information for tables. If you need, for example, organize this piece of information in a table, it can. However, images are tricky. Again, it depends on the document. To be honest, I do not want to overpromise you. It's supposed to work, but again, sometimes if the document is too complex or that is like hundreds and hundreds of pages, there might be some complications. And what I want to do next, because we already are in the middle of our review with the second, share the second GPT that we are going to work with is A&B Summarize. So here, regarding the question that we have, this works with PDF, also Word, and also web pages, books, reviews, YouTube, Reddit, and Wikipedia. So this is a bit wider tool. Sometimes some people do prefer the first one, Aaron PDF, because it's a bit easier. It's not that complex. So they just know that they're going to work with PDFs, and that is enough for them. Here, there is a little bit more room for you. It works with different pages, it works with different languages, formats, and so on and so on. So the first one, for example, what we can do, and here we have a very, did not spend too much time looking for this particular article. It's in Spanish, first of all. That is an article, that is not a file. So again, we can just copy the link, go back to our chat, paste it. Oops, what is the article about? Here we go. And again, today I want to show you A&B Summarize with different approaches, because the first one, as you can see, first of all, of course, you can copy paste regular articles, let's say in English, since we are talking right now in English. However, that works also with different languages. To be completely frank, I don't remember all the languages that it supports. I can double check it later and put it in the description in one of our videos to make sure that you possess that information. But in this case, I did double check that with Spanish and German, it works perfectly. As you can see here, in translated, the article, to be honest, here is not that much data to retrieve because it's a pretty lifestyle article, so I'm not going to go in depth in particular points or questions. But for example, if you live in a foreign country and you need to read something, or you are learning another foreign language, that is a great tool to go with it. Also, what we can do here for this tab, so I chose the random video about GPT-4 Turbo, that is YouTube video. Again, this particular one is just 10 minutes, 11 minutes long, but sometimes there are TED Talks or something that takes hours, and you just do not want to go through the whole video and then understand if what it was useful or not. So sometimes you can just retrieve information about it and see if that is useful for you. And here we go. We have YouTube, and let's say we need top 3 learnings from the video. Question, what plugin did you use there? One little correction, that is not plugin, that is GPTs already. That is called A&B Summarize. You can see that here on the top, and actually, very good point, I did not send you the link for this GPT. I'm so sorry for that. So thank you for the question. So you reminded to me. You can access it via this link that I've just sent on the chat. But don't worry, I will also be posting some videos. It might be posting some live streams that we're currently hosting. And I will add all the information, including the links, including all the access, so you won't lose it afterwards. No worries on that part. So yes, one more time. The first GPT that we were using was Aaron Chat PDF, and the second one is A&B Summarize. They're pretty similar, but I would say A&B Summarize is a bit more complex and versatile in case you need that. So here we go. What we did before, we literally just copy pasted the YouTube link and asked for top 3 learnings from the video. And here we go. We have very well structured, easy answer. In this particular case, I took as an example a short video, which was 10 minutes. So it would not be such a big deal. But if you need to watch a video, which is like 1 hour, and you need to watch a few of those, you don't have time for that. So that would be a real time saver, because it's very well structured, very easy to grasp and process that information. And for example, as I was showing, in the previous, you can copy and paste the point that you are the most interested in. And for example, give me more details based on the video. In this case, I don't know how much elaborated the answer will be, because again, the video is not that complex. However, we do have a bit more extra information, particularly about this. So what I usually suggest doing for people that have to go through this process, this flow, for example, there is a long video, you're not sure it's going to be useful for you or not, you can upload it to this GPT, ask for key learnings or the structure of the video, see what particular points are interesting for you. Ask the chat to elaborate on those, and maybe then in the end, if you still are really curious and you need to see the whole piece of that information, you can go back to the video, but rewind it to the particular points that you're interested in. So here you see, again, it did elaborate pretty well. To be honest, I expected to be that video would be less informative, but here you can see we asked to elaborate on the third point, and we again got very neatly structured, clean, very easy to read, to scan, and then see what are pieces of information that are mostly useful for you. And for this particular plugin, I have one more user case. So here, I know a lot of people are fans of podcasts, but sometimes, to be honest, it takes me forever to force myself to listen to them. And again, they are pretty time consuming. So here you can see 37 minutes, 42 minutes, 1 hour and 13 minutes. Really useful information, but sometimes that takes just forever, and I cannot keep up with all the podcasts that I have on my list. So what you can do, it actually can work with Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all the audio streaming services that are out there. Excuse me. And what you can do, share and copy episode link. It's very important to have the link to the episode. Again, 3 buttons: share, copy episode links. This particular is 4 to a 7. Do this when you try an intro method, now killing your creative spark. So what we can do, go back to the summary. Again, sometimes also a little tip. I was doing that in one chat. It seemed to work well. Sometimes if you see that something is off, it's a little bit glitchy, just start a new chat. And here we go. We can copy, paste the link that I showed you previously. And then, for example, again, let's say summary of the podcast episode. Oops. And here we go. Okay, there is a question while we are waiting for the last prompt. Is it possible to upload several PDFs and pose queries that require GPT to consult multiple documents for an answer? At the moment, that is not possible, but to be honest, that is a great, I do agree with Jean, that is a great question. And I think that is something we could discuss internally and widening our possibilities, because I think that could be pretty useful. And since there is a question like that, I'm just making sure that I remember that, because I really believe that would be super useful for people combining a few PDF files and then retrieving information on that particular topic from a few sources. Really great feature. I will honestly convey that to my team, and we'll see if we can do that. And there is another question: extracting important information from meeting notes that are in the form of just transcript with no specific structure formatting. So no worries on that. If there is just a text, you can have like chunk of the text. However, if we're talking, for example, either about Aaron Chat PDF, it is necessary to change the format to the PDF. Here in A&B Summarize, you can also try text formats. No worries on that. And what is great with documents without structure, without formatting, we do have even separate tools that are helping you to structure that. For example, one of our resume tools, you can just upload a chunk of information with no structure, no design whatsoever, and then the plugin will structure that for you and make it easier for the eye to follow the information. So feel free to use that for that. It does not have to be a fancy document with all of the design features. So here, going back to our last user case that we were doing, just to remind you quickly in case someone got lost, we copy pasted the link to the podcast episode, and again, it can be any audio episodes, Spotify, Audible, and so on, books, and I really think it's going to work great. Here we have the little summary of the episode. And just a reminder, it was 45 minutes episode, and you have a little summary here. Let's say, for example, it's not enough for us. We can ask top 3 learnings from the podcast episode. And it will also retrieve that data. And then you can, for example, either decide if that particular podcast is interesting to you and you want to dive deeper by actually listening to that, or you decided that just retrieving the information via A&B Summarize is enough for you. both work. I know people that use it either way. Again, a little reminder, you always have to allow the chat to work with the information, because sometimes you might prompt something, go to another tab, and you forgot to allow it, you were waiting for nothing. So do not forget to allow that. And it does ask it after every prompt. So be careful with that. If you were waiting for something, make sure you proceed with all the necessary steps for that. So here we go. As I was showing previously, top three learners, it shows you all the information, again, neatly structured and so on. You can dive into any particular directions deeper if you need that. And you then afterwards can go retrieve more and more information from different sources. So just to wrap up, today we were talking about two GPTs. Just want to highlight that one more time, that we are not creating any new plugins anymore. We are going to shift to GPTs that is based on the strategy of OpenAI. For you as a user, to be honest, are not going to be such a drastic difference. You're going to be using that as usual. You can see the features are the same. There is a little bit of change in the interface, but that is not such an important drastic difference for you. The capabilities are still the same. So working with GPTs today, we talked about two of them, A&B Summarize, that you can see over here. It can work with PDFs, Word text, with different links to articles, importantly in different languages. It can work with YouTube and other video links and Spotify links. So again, sometimes just last tip, if you're not sure what this particular GPT is capable of, you can just ask what are the features of the A&B Summarize GPT. Oops, there are a lot of typos. Sorry, I wanted to wrap it up really fast. But yeah, sometimes some tools are really complex and they're really versatile, and they also get updated. So don't hesitate to just double check sometimes what are the actual features of the tools you're working with. They might change, they might get more complex, they might get more advanced. So here you can see that it gives you the summary of what the tool is actually capable of, and then you can double check and widen the capabilities of this particular tool. So A&B Summarize, it's a bit more complex. As you can see, you can work with different documents, you can work with links and so on. Aaron Chat PDF is a bit easier, but still a great tool if you need to copy paste the link to the PDF file, or you can also, if that is not online, that is not an issue, you can ask the chat for the link to upload the document, the PDF in this case. You can upload it and then chat is able to work with it also. Thank you guys. That was really great stream. I really enjoyed talking to you. I really love the questions. With also, if you have any wishes with more features, for example, as Tris, I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name, suggested with a few files that you could work with, that is a great feature. I really gonna talk to our technical team about that, if that is possible to implement. Really love that. In case you have any more questions, suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comment section, because we are about to wrap up. And also, again, if you have more questions or you have more suggestions, or you think something is not going as smooth as you wish it was, feel free to text or email our support team. There will be the link to the email in the almost in every video. You can find it, but that is support@copilot.us. And thank you very much, guys. Have a great day or evening. So the last question was already wrapping up. At the moment, we are not hiring. Unfortunately, we do have our small team that is super flexible. However, feel free to also email us at some point in the future in case we are gonna to expand our team. Thank you, Jean, for the question. Testing A&B Chat GPT from the link you shared. I posted, but ChatGPT, I'm sorry, but I cannot directly access or summarize from external links. Okay, so as I understand, the GPT itself, it loaded, it worked. what I would do, I would try to start a new chat, or even just the try refresh. And yes, Eric, great. That was my second answer. Either try refresh, and if it still doesn't work, just try to open up a new chat, and it usually fixes that issue. And to be honest, if there are some minor errors or something, always try refresh, and that is always the way to fix it. If that is not working with refresh, and then just feel free to text our support team, as I mentioned before. But to be honest, let's say 85% of the issues could be solved with refreshing the page. So, guys, thank you very much. I'm gonna stop sharing. That was really a pleasure to meet you all, to chat, to read your questions. I really hope it was helpful for you. Feel free to contact us and have a great either evening or morning, regardless of where you are based. Bye bye, guys.